Okay, you ready for the next act? Yeah! All right, without further ado, pray it out loud. Please welcome to the stage the one and only Socrates!
Luke, I am your comic. Hey, I wrote it back there. I'm going to use it even if he's not here. I don't care. Hey, hello, Wageningen. Not a Wach. Thank you. I wrote that too, just for you. That was special. Appreciate that a lot. Yeah, you got to have goals. My goal was to start off strong. Yeah, some goals you don't meet, some goals you have to change. Yeah, that's just the way it is. When I was a kid, I always wanted to do stand-up. In fact, my goal was to be the next Bill Cosby. That's a goal I had to change. Yeah. My new goal is to not be the next Louis C.K. So far, so good. Yeah, I wanted to grow up to be rich, old, and famous. 1 for 3. And every year getting better at that old thing, so. You see, I wanted to find, what I wanted to do was be a millionaire. And then I wanted to find out if the saying was true or not. If the first million really was the hardest one. And that's when I found out who wrote that saying. Did you know that was originally from Hitler? Yeah, it really changed the whole meaning for me when I found that out. I always thought it was about money. You live and you learn, I suppose, you know. So in pursuit of my money, I decided to learn the stock market, and I found myself joining a corporation, and there I was at the bottom rung of an incredibly tall corporate ladder. And every day before work, I would pray to the Lord above that today was the day. I finally got fired. Well, it was this horrible, mind-numbing job. Basically, it was 8 hours long. The faster I could do it, the faster I'd go home. Usually took 9 or more hours, so I'd have to make little games up to make the day go faster, if at all possible. You know, I had a basic routine would take me through the accounting office, and the guy who ran it was named Bill, so I call him Biller. It's because it's what he did. I'm not saying it was funny. I'm saying I was bored. And the guy who was my manager was a guy named Mark, so I called him Marker. Because it was accurate and it was the same basic joke. It's, you know, what the French call a double entendre. I think that means second child, but I'm not sure. So anyway, one day I walked into work and said, "Hey, Biller, where's Marker? I got some work for him." He said that Mark does not work here any longer. I said, "Well, that's a shame. What happened?" He said he got fired. I said, "That lucky bastard." I knew he had potential. I said, "Well, look, whoever's in his chair now, I need to speak to that person because I have some work for them." And he kind of laughed and pointed, and I walked over, and it was a black guy named of Nick. I said, "All right, this is going to be tough." I decided to call him Nickname. Now I realize in retrospect, had I called him Nicker, I probably could have gotten fired quicker. Yeah, I don't know what I was scared of. So, you know, stand-up comedy is a bit intimidating, and it's hard for me because I actually have a fear of failure. But I also have galatophobia, the fear of laughter. That ain't helping. So if you can't tell, I am an American. Yeah, that's what it's like to be German. One person appreciates you. Yeah, see, they brought us 2 world wars, and we brought you Donald Trump. Yeah, only history will determine which was the greater crime. You know, I mean, take President Trump. Please! Well, I didn't vote for the guy, so don't blame me. I'm fully vaccinated, you know. I do not own a gun, so, you know, I'm one of the ones that left, you know. So I was born and raised in New Jersey. My dad's Greek, but my mom's American. And since they wanted me to be their all-American boy, well, naturally, they named me Socrates. Yeah. It's a job well done. So if you think to yourself, "Hey, wait a minute, I've heard of this guy." It kind of pains me to admit it, but you're thinking of another dude. No, it's true, he's a whole lot more famous than I am, but I'm not jealous, because he's also a whole lot more dead. For now. So if you don't know Socrates 1 or Socrates Prime, if you want to use his Transformers name, he got himself in trouble when he questioned the new political system that the Greeks were trying out, that they decided to call democracy. Yeah, it didn't start off as a joke, but I know what you're thinking. So, see, he was worried that if the voters did not understand the issues, that it might be possible to manipulate them into voting for something stupid. Yeah, it's laughable now. You know, we perfected democracy, but back then, you know, it was a real word. They even had a name for it. They called it the Brexodus of Trumpus. Yeah, see, you can learn from history. But brother, you got to read the books. So, I'm trying to be part of the solution. I just ran for an elected office. I ran for the presidency of the local communist club. My slogan was "Democracy Now! The people have spoken." You know, I came in last. Could have been worse. Could have been dead last. I'm not complaining. You know, well, I was a member of the anarchist club, but nobody ever showed up to the meetings. So since about 2009, I've been living in Amsterdam, the city of love. Well, okay, it's the city for love. All right, look, you can rent love there, is my point, all right? I mean, you've heard of Airbnb, right? Well, Amsterdam's like that. It's Airbnb. Well, it's a short-term rental with a bed. Yeah, sometimes that one on land. All right. Duly noted. But it's all very regulated, though, you know, and I mean, in Amsterdam, you have to have a license to sell blowjobs. Yeah, it's no written test. It's more of an oral exam. But, look, you know, actually I heard that Uber is going to start doing a door-to-door prostitution service. Yeah, they're going to call it Puber. Well, I'm not going to put down a working business model, you know. I actually been trying to come up with one myself. I had a couple ideas. They haven't all panned out yet, but one's called Stolen Dog Walker. Yeah, have you stolen a dog, but you're too scared to walk it? Well, give us a call. We'll walk it for you. No questions asked. We're just going to assume you stole it. It's a stolen dog walker. Yeah, I didn't think that would work out here in the country, but all right. I might have misjudged this crowd. Another one's called Crap App. It's a bad app. Takes forever to load. It's always updated. Paid ads, we're loaded with it. Crap App. We warned you. So if you think it's stressful to have a successful business, you should try running an unsuccessful one. I had to join a wellness center, you know, it's a sauna, swimming pool and such. And it's here in the Netherlands, so it's both men and women together, you know. There's no clothes, so yeah, everybody's naked. And I'm getting a little older, so for me, seeing those young naked women, yeah, it's good for my heart. Yeah, I consider it cardio. Yeah. Got to get my beats in. So one day we were talking, and the conversation turned to when we lost our virginity. And I actually don't remember the first time I had sex. Well, it was such an overwhelming experience for me, you know. I mean, I had never been to prison before. But that's when I found out that in some ways, being straight and being gay, they're not that different. I'll give you an example. As a straight man, I can't get laid. Something about me being a Neanderthal with a short attention span, and I don't know, me no listen. However, as a gay man, I choose not to get laid. See, at the end of the night, the end result is exactly the same. But the difference is empowering. See, now I get to be the stuck-up little bitch who's too good to suck a dick. It's true. I have decided to come out and take a stand against homosexuality. It's not that I'm homophobic. It's just that, well, as a Greek, I feel it's cultural appropriation. You know, there's just certain things you don't do, you know what I'm saying? So, well, this hardline attitude, it may have helped lead to my romantic decline, because Honestly, I'm in a dry patch. Okay, more accurately, it's a drought. And it's a real scary thought to think that maybe my sexuality might have set sail without me. And now I'm headed out, all alone, out across the celibate sea. Okay. Trust me, he knows what I'm talking about. I haven't given up trying though. And yeah, just the other day I was walking through the park and saw these two really hot chicks. They were making out on a bench. So I walked over to them. I said, "Hey, hashtag me too?" It didn't work. Yeah, in the end, all my relationships, they all pretty much ended the same way. It's like that French play. You know the one I mean? Les Miserables. That was my light, right? I'm not sure. Okay. So I'm not giving up. Like I said, I still believe in, having relationships and such. So I just got myself a dog. Well, a buddy of mine bought himself a dog, and the guy's a nihilist, right? And yet he names his dog Karma. But it's a male dog. So when people find out the dog's name, invariably say, "Hey, Karma's a bitch." He says, "No, man, Karma's just a dog. You make your own reality." Well, my reality is I do love getting up on stage here. And I got to tell you, when I started doing comedy, they told me that comedy's a lot like sex. The more I do it, the more I think that's true. Because I was real excited about coming here tonight. And now that I came, I'm a little tired and just a bit sweaty, but I'm really looking forward to coming again. Thank you, Wageningen. My name is Socrates. See you again soon.
Give it up one more time for Socrates.